Hi, I'm Laurie Hernandez, and welcome to Cirque It Out from Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. Usually, we work out with artists from various Cirque shows, but today, we have a special guest, me! I'll be working with Sarah, a Pilates instructor from the Beatles' Love. I may be a gold medalist in gymnastics, but I still have a lot to learn if I want to work out the Cirque way. Ready to work out the Cirque way? Let's Cirque it out.
Sarah, I have never done Pilates before, so what can I expect for today?
Well, the great thing about Pilates is that it's an amazing tool for ensuring that we're using the right muscles for the right actions. We're gonna work today on exercises to strengthen your core and use it to generate movements. We're also gonna do some upper body work, focusing on really stabilizing through your shoulders. The goal is to build good habits through your body, allowing for stable, supported movement and muscles that work with ease and efficiency no matter what the activity.
That sounds incredible. Let's get to it.
All right. Before beginning Pilates, just like any other exercise program, you do want to consult your physician and make sure it's okay for you to do. We're going to start on this main piece of Pilates equipment, the reformer. If you don't have access to a reformer, it's all right. You can do most of these movements on the floor. All right, Laurie, so I'm going to have you lie down on the carriage. You can set your feet up on the bar. We're gonna begin by just locating some of the deeper core muscles. We're gonna start by resting the hands on the low abdominals, below the belly button, and just taking a few deep breaths. What you'll notice is the abdominals rise on the inhale, fall on the exhale, and what you're gonna start to do is maintain that pulling in on your inhales. Let the abdominals fall even more on the exhales. What you'll notice is a little bit of gentle work happening low and deep in your abdominals. In Pilates, we call this the scoop or the navel to spine. It's gonna support the majority of the movements that you do. Okay, so maintaining that scoop, that pulling in through your low abdominals, I'd like you to take a deep breath, and on your exhale, you're gonna curl your upper body up like a crunch, but I'd like you to try to pull all the way up off of your shoulder blades. Keep going. A little more. Good, and then back down. Good. So this movement should initiate with the scoop and then follow through the torso. Again. Great, and back down. One more time. This time I'm gonna have you hold it.
Oh boy.
Fantastic. I'd like you to take another breath, and on your exhale, you're gonna add a small tailbone tuck to this movement using the lower abdominals. That's perfect. Drop the tailbone down, and then you can roll down through your upper body. Let's do that again. And you can really go piece by piece on this one. Drop the tailbone and roll down. One more time. This time I'd like you to really focus on keeping the shoulder blades off of the mat as you tuck your tailbone. The tailbone tuck can be tiny. Great. Drop the tailbone and roll down. Beautiful. So now we're layering abdominal muscles and core muscles on top of each other. Let's layer even more. Curl up into that upper body round again. On your next breath, I'd like you to twist away from me. Now from here, let's add that tailbone tuck in. Great. Drop the tailbone, and now I'd like you to come up to center as high as you can through your upper body before you come back down. Beautiful. You can untwist and roll down. Let's go to the other side. So we're gonna curl up through the upper body, rotate through the rib cage, tuck the tailbone, drop the tailbone, contract back to center, and roll down. Beautiful. It's a lot. Can we do one more set?
Yeah.
This one is a nice one because it really uses every layer of abdominal muscle that you have. All right, let's go again. Upper body curls, rotate, and then tuck the tailbone. Good. Drop the tailbone, round up to the middle, and roll down. Last one towards me. Good. Rotate. You can use your legs to stabilize, that's okay. Yes, up to center and down. If you don't have a reformer, you can do this with your feet up on the chair or even straight up in the air. I'd like to add on a little bit of upper body resistance for you.
Sounds good.
So, Let's have you bring your legs off of the bar into a tabletop position. So your knees will be over your hips, feet straight out from that, and I'm gonna give you these fancy handles to hold on to. You can just put your hands in the loops. Good, and take your arms straight up to the ceiling. Okay, you're gonna do the same upper body curl, but this time you're gonna pull with your arms a bit too, so now you've got some spring tension resistance. Let's use an exhale. So you can reach your arms down by your sides and curl up. Yes, come back down. Good. Now, what I'd like you to do, now that you know how the machine is gonna move, I'd like you to really pull down with your lats here, right away. Do you feel the difference in the movement?
Yeah.
Great. And then rolling back down. Very nice. So the goal is to get the pull to happen kind of from your armpits instead of from your pecs.
That's different.
Yeah, again. Very, very nice. And back down. On the next one, I'm gonna have you hold it. Beautiful. So we've got two contractions working here. The lats pulling the arms down from underneath, and we also have the abdominals curling up. You're gonna take 5 deep breaths, and as you breathe, I want you to keep increasing both of those contractions. So you're gonna reach longer with the arms and the armpits and curl up higher with the upper body every breath. And this works completely without equipment either. We're just giving Laurie a little extra resistance to fight. Come on down. All right, we're now gonna use those core muscles and we're gonna add in a little bit of upper body movement and spinal articulation for it. So you've got ropes in your hands with spring tension on them. You're gonna pull your hands into your chest to just create a little bit of that nice stable tension. And this is beautiful. You still have your lats and your shoulder blades locked down like in the previous exercise. We're gonna start with a little bit of spinal articulation and we're gonna really generate it from the core. So you're gonna begin with that scoop we talked about in the beginning. Use your exhale, curl your hips back and round back as though you were gonna lie down. You're gonna go about halfway. Pull in through here, round across my arm. Yes, like that, good. And then you're gonna come back up to sit. Sit nice and tall once you get back on top of your tailbone. Good. Again, think about really pulling back from the waist and from the abdominals rather than leaning back with your weight.
Music, please. Yeah.
Exactly, use your exhale. It'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
And then round back up to sit. Very nice. Let's do one more. And you're gonna think about really going back one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. And coming back up. You can do this again without the machine with either a band around the feet, which we'll look at in a moment, or just walking your hands down your legs.
Yeah.
All right, let's now take that same spinal articulation with abdominal support and add an upper body movement. We're gonna take the hands into the chest here and begin with that same half roll back you just did, tucking the tailbone, scooping through the abdominals. From here, keep the support through the abdominals, press your arms open to the sides. Now, I'd like you to dive forward over your legs and press your arms behind your back. Beautiful. From here, you can sweep your arms out to the side and stretch forward over your legs. Round back up to sit. Beautiful. Hands at the chest. Shoulders are pressed down just like you had them before. A half a roll back and then press the arms open to the sides. Continue pressing through the arms to round forward over the legs. Beautiful. Once you're here, you can sweep the arms open and stretch forward. Very nice. All right, we've done some upper body work so far, rounding and articulating through the spine and also holding it neutral. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of extension or arching with the same stability through the shoulders. So, Laurie, you're gonna walk your hands up the ropes about as far as you can reach without pulling the machine. The straps will just hang open to the sides. Very nice. Now this movement I'm gonna have you do on an inhale. When you inhale, you're gonna pull your arms straight back to your sides. Think about rotating them open and reaching your chest forward. Beautiful. Exhale and lengthen back down. That's perfect. Again, so we're really trying to rotate the arms from the shoulders, open. You'll feel a pull through here right between the shoulder blades as you lift the chest and lengthen back down. Very nice. Let's do one more. And on this one, really think about keeping the neck nice and long and neutral. It doesn't need to throw back for the movement. Still rotate, still push the chest forward. Beautiful. And back down. Great. All right, now let's move into an abdominal exercise that takes your body from a full stretched or extended position into a contraction. Laurie, let's have you lie back in an arch over the box. You can take your arms out to the sides, extend your legs together, and you can let them fall. This is gonna be our starting position. So just like we've been working on that spinal articulation coming up, Laurie's gonna roll up to sit, lifting her legs at the same time. The important thing to focus on here is moving really one section at a time. So the first thing I'm gonna have you do is lift your head. You're gonna use your exhale to start to contract through your rib cage, through your low back, staying rounded through the waist, and reaching the arms towards the legs as you sit up. Coming back down in exactly the reverse, tucking and rounding through the tailbone, through the waist, ribs, and finally the head. Beautiful, and back down. This forces the abdominals to work a little bit harder since they're actually working from a really extended or stretched position. If we wanted to, we can always add arm resistance or leg weights to challenge it. All right, now let's challenge all of that core and shoulder work that we've done so far with some planks. Laurie, you're gonna get into a plank with your feet on the headrest, your hands on the bar. I'd like you to tuck your tailbone and round your spine a little bit. Puff up into my hand slightly. Perfect. Okay, for this movement, you're gonna push out with your arms, keeping really strong and connected through your core. You are in control of how far you go. When you're ready to come in, again, pull in through the lats, really locking down the shoulders. Excellent. Lift your head slightly so that the neck is in line with the spine. And let's do two more. Pressing away, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs, scooping in through the abdominals, and really drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Beautiful. Now, we can always change this exercise to challenge it. As we add more resistance, the shoulders will have to work harder, and we can also take that resistance away to really pull the stability into the core. Okay, last thing on the reformer here. You can go ahead and keep your hands on the bar. We'll move your left foot against the shoulder rest, and just go ahead and put your right foot up on the bar between your hands. Perfect. So far, a lot of the work that we have done has been with spinal articulation, but we've generally been flexed or neutral through the hips. So we're gonna give you a nice hip extension and put some of the work back in your legs before I let you go. I'd like you to step up onto the bar into a big lunge so you can come up off of this back leg. Go ahead and straighten the knee. Very nice. Okay, from here, square your hips off. Really important to keep everything in alignment, and whatever your range of motion is there is what we work with. Go ahead and keep the back leg strong, push out with the front leg. You can continue holding on. Very nice. And just bending in and out. Now here we still want to keep the scoop in the belly to support the low back so that the bend really happens in the joint of the hip and not just in the low back. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Want to switch legs? Good. Great. All right, so again, we're really pushing. Go ahead and squeeze this knee straight. Yes, square the hips so they're both equidistant. And go ahead and push out from the front leg. Very nice. Again, if this is too much work through the back leg, you can always lower your back knee. Very nice. All right, good work, Laurie.
Thanks.
All right, so a lot of this work we can do on the floor. Using things like resistance bands helps a lot. So I'm gonna give you this. You can hook it around your feet and just keep a nice strong grip in each hand. You can even walk your hands up to give you, quite a bit of tension here. All right, sit up nice and tall. You're gonna have the scoop in the belly, the shoulder blades pulled down just like we did before. Essentially, you're gonna lie down and sit back up. So I'd like you to really articulate, again, through the spine, pulling in through the scoop, trying to move one vertebrae at a time. Same thing coming back up. Drop the shoulder blades. Yes, 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 yes. Good. And again, tucking the tailbone, scooping the belly. Press through the back of your legs to anchor your feet down into the floor. Excellent. And rolling back up the same way. Let's do one more. Very nice. Excellent. Go ahead and lie down on your back now. You can keep your feet on the floor for this one. We're gonna roll up to sit now with no band and no resistance. You can walk your hands up your legs. That's actually really okay to do if it lets you move with precision and control. You're gonna just sit up, but again, going one vertebrae at a time, beginning with the head and shoulders, moving through the rib cage and then through the waist. Go ahead and walk the hands up the legs. You can even grab onto the back of the thighs to help, and back down. Yes, really focusing on moving one vertebrae at a time, maintaining that scoop through the belly. It's so tempting to push out through the abdominals, but that loses a few layers of abdominal work. Excellent. Same thing now with the legs straight up to the ceiling. As you roll up, they will tip forward, but it's the same idea, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And again, you can use your hands on your legs. You can push through the back of the legs. Very nice, very nice. And again, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. As you get to the top, keep the inner thighs squeezed and lift your chest to balance. Yes, beautiful. Contract and roll back down. Let's do one more. Rolling up, again, rounding through the spine, rolling one vertebrae at a time. At the end, you can lift the spine. That will find your balance, and you roll back down. Lower your legs. We're gonna put everything together. So now this looks like a V-up, but with the same control. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, tucking the tailbone. You'll feel your low back press down into the floor just before your legs lift. That's beautiful, and back down. It's much easier if you're breathing. Every contraction is easier on the exhale. Fantastic. Back to that extension with upper body work. If you don't have access to a machine, we can do it on the floor with a roller. Laurie, go ahead and lie down on your stomach. The roller is going to be out in front of you, under your forearms, just past the elbows, or I should say just below the elbows. Yeah, and you can lie down with your forehead down on the floor. Okay, this is going to be our starting position. Palms will face one another so that the shoulders can stay really wide and open. All right, this movement's going to begin by drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Your chest will lift, and you pull the roller back towards you, keeping your arms straight. Good. Pull down through the lats, down through the shoulder blades, and lengthen back out. And again, this one I'd like you to do on an inhale. And again, you're going to begin the movement by pulling the shoulder blades down the back. You can even draw them together slightly behind your back. Open the collarbone, open the chest, and back down. Let's do another. Think about arching as you come up. Exactly. And back down. And last one. Shoulder blades pull down. Now the scoop is still in here, supporting the low back in this extension. Fantastic.
As you can see, even a gold medalist can learn something new when you work out the Cirque way. Don't forget to get active with Cirque du Soleil in our next episode. See you soon. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like or a comment. Better yet, share it with your friends. Just look over here to see which videos you want to watch next. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on all the great content we publish every single week. We at Cirque du Soleil are here to flip your everyday reality the Cirque way, where everyone, every day is extraordinary.